Lala Baptiste and Cinco are now engaged, but it's not the proposal that has people talking, because in less than a year, they've gone from meeting to building a relationship, announcing a pregnancy, and now planning a future together. And online, people are questioning everything. So, how did we get here? And why is their relationship causing so much controversy? Let's get into it. Before this relationship, Lala Baptiste was no stranger to attention online. Over the years, she's been linked to several high profile names in the industry, with rumors connecting her to artists like Snoop Dogg, Gunna, and Little Baby. But one of her most public relationships was with Little TJ. And that situation quickly turned into drama online because at the time, Little TJ had ties to Ruby Rose. And what followed became a very public back and forth, with posts, tweets, and reactions spreading across social media, pulling Lala into one of her most talked about moments online. After that, things began to shift. Lala took a step back and started to rebrand her image, cleaning up her social media and moving in a more polished, low drama direction. And for a while, it seemed like she had successfully changed the narrative. On the other side, Cinco was building his own presence online. Many people were first introduced to him through his long term relationship with his ex Brooklyn. The two were together publicly for years, and their relationship became a big part of his early image. But after their breakup, things started to change. Cinco began being linked to multiple different women and quickly gained a reputation online. His supporters even gave him a nickname, calling him Shark, a name that he eventually embraced and turned into a part of his brand. So by the time both of them entered this new chapter, they already came with history, attention, and a lot of eyes watching. But the real question is, how did these two even end up in the same room? From what people have pieced together, their connection seems to have started through mutual circles, including DDG, who was already connected to them both. And in a space where influencers, artists, and creators are constantly overlapping, it didn't take much for their paths to align. And around that same time, those worlds were colliding more than ever, especially in spaces like Castanet Streamer University, where creators from all over were linking up, collaborating, and building connections in real time. So being in those environments around the same people, it almost made their link up inevitable. But here's where things get interesting. Because back in May, Lala posted a photo that, at that time, didn't raise too many questions. It just looked like another post, another moment. But now looking back at it, that moment hits completely different. And when you really start to break down the timeline, that's when things start to stand out. Because by September, Cinco had officially asked Lala to be his girlfriend, making things official and confirming what people had already been speculating. But not long after that, rumors started circulating. People online began questioning whether there was more going on behind the scenes, specifically pregnancy rumors. And at first, it was just speculation. Comments, small conversations, people trying to piece things together based on what they were seeing. But by December, everything was confirmed when Lala took to Instagram and revealed that she was pregnant. And that's when the conversation really took off, because fans couldn't help but notice she already appeared to be a few months along. People weren't just reacting, they were doing the math, looking back at the timelines, connecting dates, and questioning just how fast everything had actually happened. And just as those conversations were starting to build momentum, things took yet another turn. And just as those conversations were starting to build momentum, things took yet another turn. Because not long after the pregnancy reveal, Cinco proposed to Lala, taking their relationship to a whole new level and making things official in a way no one could ignore. But instead of slowing things down, this only made the conversation louder, because now people weren't just talking about a fast relationship or even a pregnancy. They were talking about marriage. And almost instantly, the internet became divided. On one side, you have people celebrating them, saying, when you know, and that not every relationship has to follow a traditional timeline. But on the other side, there are people who feel like everything is happening too fast, questioning whether they truly had the time to build something solid before making life-changing decisions. And with both of them already having very public pasts and strong online personas, that only adds to the pressure. Because now, this isn't just a relationship. It's something playing out in front of millions of people in real time. At the end of the day, Lala and Cinco are moving on their own timeline. But when everything happens this quickly, people are always going to have opinions. So the real question is, are they moving too fast? Or is this just a case of when you know, you know? Let me know what you think.